I'm sharing something today that you desperately need to know before you start homeschooling. I'm not sure anything else could be more important than this one thing, and it's what I wish I knew before I started homeschooling. Hey, my name is Lana Sullivan and welcome to Girl Teach Me, where I talk about new motherhood, real food, and creating a peaceful home for the people that you love. But also, I'm really passionate about leading yourself so you can lead your kids and then lead the world. And if you're a homeschooling mom, you are certainly leading those kids. They are watching your every move. If you've homeschooled before, you know this. So let's get to it. I used to give pitching lessons. I saw so many parents come to the pitching lesson and they would have a young girl and they would be sitting on the bucket catching for their daughter. So it's like a bucket, you flip it upside down. They're sitting there catching. And what I noticed was they were barking at their kids or criticizing every little thing they did wrong. And what I had to pull the parent aside and say is, you're doing this so you can connect with your child. You're out here doing a pitching lesson so you can connect. And when you're criticizing their every move and just barking at them, you're breaking the relationship, which is the whole point of you being out here practicing a sport with your kid. And when I became a parent, I realized I was doing the same thing. I was just, rushing my oldest kid around, just like, sit here, be quiet, da-da-da-da-da. And really, he just wasn't ready for what I had. He wasn't ready for the curriculum. He wasn't ready for the intensity. He was so little. It's easy for that player to get really burnt out when their parent is barking at them and breaking relationship. And it's no different with school. Our kids, what we're trying to ignite in them is a love of learning, a confidence that no matter what happens, they are capable of learning what they need to in life. But if we are breaking relationship, if we are cramming too much down their throat, if we are doing too much at one time, we are gonna burn them out on school and burn them out on learning. And that's the exact opposite of what you wanna do. And so what I would love to encourage you with as you start off on this endeavor is to remember that the relationship, or as I like to say, the discipleship, our hope is that they would become more like Christ if you're a Christian. And so that relationship is so key, that connection is so important. Go check out Jennifer Pepito at Peaceful Press. I'll leave a link down below for her curriculum, but she has something called the Connection Challenge. And it's where you slow down for 10 days, you make eye contact, you're touching a little bit, maybe through some read alouds or things like that, but it's just goals for connection, and connection is key. But if we're checking all the boxes, rushing around, barking orders, breaking relationship, and even struggling with mama anger, I struggle with mama anger. I'm gonna be very real with you. It is the thing that is the thorn in my side. But when I am rushed, I am angry. And it is a huge trigger for me to be rushed. And I know that I'm not alone. I have a whole video on motherhood anger. I will link that below for you guys so you can watch that next. There's some help and some tips for motherhood anger. But I'm telling you that a common trigger for motherhood anger is just forcing a kid to do something they're not quite ready for and then being frustrated about it, or being rushed, not allowing enough margin. So we've got to know that if our kids are really little, what they need is some structure. They need some touch. They need us snuggling with them on the couch. They need read alouds. They need outside time. And they need assurance that there's gonna be good, healthy discipline, boundaries, but they don't need mounds and mounds of bookwork. They don't need mounds and mounds of heavy expectation. And so I think if we can strip that away, get them outside, read to them, dial it back a little bit and focus on connection, I think they're gonna be more than willing to learn whatever we're trying to teach them. So thanks for being here. I hope you'll hit subscribe if this video was helpful for you, and I'll see you again in the next one.
Generation to generation, passed down through every age. There's a story of a savior whose love will never change.